YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And today's live is going to be on what players to target between rounds 5 and 10. And listen, guys, especially with me, that's the honey spot for 0 RB targets. Even stack in your position if you're going robust RB. So these are very important guys that you are picking. The draft is not over. The easiest part of the draft is your first and second round. But rounds 5 through 10 tells you who's going to win the league. I said what I said. So, guys, I'm going to bring in my homeboy, PrettyRichie, what they called him.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on with the community?
Yes, sir. Everybody here, man. We got 3 people in the chat. We got my homie Second taking here as always. He said, "What's up, guys? What's up, bro?
What's going on, Second Take?"
And so, guys, yeah. So me and Richie, I got 10 guys. Richie got how many guys? You got 10, Richie?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9.
Okay. And I got 10, and we're going to rebuttal each other, and we're going to give you guys that we are targeting in rounds 5 through 10. So I'm going to start off, guys, with no further ado. The first guy that I'm targeting rounds 5 through 10, and his ADP might have changed in like a day or so, but it's DK Metcalf. Yes, DK Metcalf, guys. And I'm targeting DK Metcalf because, guys, remember guys like Andre Johnson. Guys that played on bad offenses, they still got hyper-targeted, and they still were top 12 fantasy wide receivers. You don't go and judge DK off of Drew Lock, Geno Smith, Pete Carroll. I'm not judging those guys I'm not judging DK off of those guys. I'm going to judge DK that knowing that Pete Carroll knows that I'm not judging those guys off of. Okay, yeah, because it was echoing for a second.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so guys, I'm targeting DK. Go ahead, Richard. Who's your guy? If you want to say something about DK, you welcome to it.
Like I said, as I posted in my articles on your channel, TD Fantasy Good Sports, if Drew Lock draws the start, DK Metcalf's value he's going to boom. Okay, because they have different skill sets, him and Geno Smith. Okay. I love Drew Lock's style of play. He reminds me of a poor man's Brett Favre. He's a gunslinger. His style of play is going to open up the ceiling for DK Metcalf to boom. Geno, DK is talented, so he's going to get his, but he just has more boom potential with Drew Lock because he's got a cannon arm and he's not afraid to use it.
Yep, I agree with
that. My guy, I have Darnell Mooney. I'm reaching for Darnell Mooney because his situation. Justin Fields is a very talented. He's underrated, in my opinion. At least in the fantasy community, you could tell by his rankings. Like I got him ranked in the top 14 for fantasy purposes because of his legs as well. And that offense is depleted. They got players obviously, but they don't have any marquee wide receiver ones, and he's going to pepper Mooney with targets all day long. He has no other choice, and that along with his skill set, his floor is a wide receiver 2 for fantasy purposes. He's going to get at least what 12 targets a game. That's at least. Mm-hmm. That's at least. So my pick is Darnell Mooney in the 5th round. My plan B in case he does go, because people live when you're a content creator such as yourself and I, people snipe it. When you're drafting during this time of the year, people will get your players. And you've been pushing you yourself been pushing Darnell Mooney for quite some time back since what I think February or whatever. Mm-hmm. But my other guy is Michael Thomas from the New Orleans Saints. Mm-hmm. Okay, a lot of people are kind of shying away from him because of his injury and everything, and he didn't play all last year and everything. So most people in the community, they want to see it first.
Yes.
But by the time you see it, it's too late.
Yep,
it's too late. You gotta follow the reports, trust your sources in the research that you're doing, and see and that he's doing good. He's doing well in camp and everything like that, gelling good with James Winston. I love James Winston. That's a whole nother sleeper right there, or shocker right there. But nonetheless, those are my two guys that I'm targeting in the round 5. Listen, now you got to realize too, it depends on what you're going. Like if you choose wide receivers early, those aren't my guys.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose wide receivers and like a Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, then they're probably not gonna I'm probably gonna be looking at running back position. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that's why I love our community, because there's so many different versions to this game, so many different rules. You got IDP, you got a super flex, you got tight end premium, and it's just not just going to be one clear cut answer to every round. When you're drafting, you got to know so much, and that's why like I've been doing this for so long, such as yourself, and we love it, and that's why we can give out game for free. You know what I mean? Give it out. Okay. Those are my two guys on round 5.
Okay. So the next guy I'm gonna talk about is Kadarius Toney. And before I do that, let me do something real quick, guys. I want to do something for y'all, guys. Okay. Okay. Last year, I made a trade for Kadarius Toney. I took Keenan Allen and I traded him at the end of last year for Kadarius Toney. Now, I took vitriol. It wasn't the vitriol about, it was a bad trade, just you could get more. But listen, if I believe a player is the next Tyreek or has Tyreek ability, I'm going to make that trade, especially when I got an older wide receiver team. Guys, Kadarius Toney is a hybrid. And I've been talking about hybrids for the last 4 to 5 years. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about the NFL is changing. They're going to hybrids. But I've been saying this, and people are just going through their days and talking about NFL is changing and noticing new trends. I've been on this. I was on it before not even one hybrid was in the league. I knew what the college system was doing, and I knew that in order for the pros to keep progressing, they was going to have to implement offenses where these hybrids would have a role. What position would Debo play in another type of offense if he wasn't being used as a hybrid? It would be what? A garbage receiver? So I'm been on hybrids. I know that they needed a role, and I knew a player like Debo was better than how the pros was using him. So when you use this guy, give him carries behind the line of scrimmage, you get him out in space, you throw the ball to him downfield, hybrids are going to be accentuated. So guys, this is why I'm on in Kadarius Toney. The Buffalo regime came. He's now the head coach at the Giants, the offensive coordinator, and what is he going to do? Why did you think they hired him? They hired him to accentuate Kadarius Toney and to bring up Daniel Jones up to speed. So this is why I'm high on Kadarius Toney this year, guys. Make sure you pick him up because I believe that he can be used as a. Okay, guys. So I'm very high. All right, hold on. Let me bring Richie back in here for a second. So, guys, I'm very high on Kadarius Toney.
What? I remember that video. When was that? When did you post that?
May the 19th.
See, okay.
May the 19th. I posted it. So, guys, he's hot now. And I'm gonna do more of this, showing you videos that I said, because I always tell y'all to go look at my catalog, but I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna show you the catalog. Listen, I've been on Kadarius. Kadarius, guys, he's like a Tyreek. He's a hybrid. He's special. That's why I went and made that trade with Keenan Allen. I went on and got Kadarius. I didn't care nothing about getting a whole stable for no Keenan Allen when it came to Kadarius. So, guys, make sure you pick up Kadarius in these rounds. Guys, he's basically for free. Anything out the round 5 for this type of value, he's probably the #1 player on this team. He's probably going to get 120, 130 targets on this team. So, guys, I love Kadarius Toney. What you think? How you feel about Kadarius?
I love Kadarius, but like I said before, you have to know the people that you're drafting with because they read so many different contents. And for me, myself, I've been doing this for so long, people know who I like. So it's kind of hard to put it out there like who you like because you know when you play with people that know you, they're going to snipe you. Kadarius, he had so many good games last season, but they were sporadic. I think he ended up getting hurt.
Yes, he was
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah,
He was
yeah,
hurt
he
at
ended up,
5, 6
yeah.
games.
He got off to a slow start because he was a rookie.
Mhm.
Then when he came in, he had like two games where he was like, "Oh my goodness," because he killed it. Then he got hurt, and then he came back, and he was a little inconsistent. But now he has a full training camp with Danny Jones, and Barkley's back. I think that they did lose a tight end though. They just lost Kyle Rudolph. I'm just trying to put it in my head how the offense is going to gel. They got a Rondell Robinson too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, Tony has no choice but to be the bona fide number one target in that offense. So he's going to get his.
Yep. I agree. Yep. And let me see what Second Take. Second Take says, tonight I will be getting my draft pick. And he says, I agree with DK. And he says, Matt took TD's player last draft. Yes, he did. And he says, yeah, I am high on Winston. I'm not that high on Winston. I'm just not. I just can't. He says, second thing, I am touching no one on the Giants unless I get a good price on Barkley. I got you. I respect that. I can't argue with you on that. I get it. But remember, like we said, you can't wait on it to look good. It's going to be too late. Because once it look
Right.
good, the guys is already drafted. And, you know, but
Right.
I what you're saying, man, I can't argue with that. And he says Evan Ingram left. Yeah, what Evan Ingram went to the
Jacksonville Jaguars.
yeah, the Jaguars. Yep. Yes, sir. All right, go on with your next player, Richard.
Round 6, I chose AJ Dillon, especially if I went heavy run wide receiver and tight end in the beginning of the draft, depending on, like I said, the scoring format. If a tight end premium, them tight ends go. And if you want the top 4, you got to draft them within the first 3 to 4 rounds in order to get at least one, especially if you can flex more than one as well. But AJ Dillon, I think he's going to get just as many touches as Aaron Jones in the Green Bay offense, just because the coach Matt LaFleur, he's always wanted to go to more of a runner style format anyway, and he handpicked AJ Dillon in the second round just so he can do that. You know, they're going to have an awesome quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, so you know what he's going to do. They did lose Devontae Adams. They got, but from reports out of camp, Aaron Rodgers loves the wide receivers that they do have out there right now. He's not, well, obviously not going to be complaining all the millions of dollars he got with this new contract, but be that as it may, he's happy with the wide receiving core, so they're going to take the field as is. And
Yep.
Aaron Jones is a little smaller of a back. He's more of a satellite back. I don't think he can take the ground and pound, especially during November and December and January, during when it start getting cold out there. AJ Dillon, he got tree trunk for thighs, and he's going to get that rock. He's going to get. He can even catch passes out of the backfield. He's very underrated at because Aaron Jones is so elite at that. But either way, I think that he's going to see anywhere between 15 to 20 touches each game, depending on game flow, which is fine by me as a running back 2 with upside moving forward in the 2022 fantasy season.
Yep. So you know how I feel about AJ Dillon, but I'm not going to rebuttal you that much because he's on my list. So I just wait till I get to him. But yeah, I agree with you 100%, bro. And next player, guys, that I'm gonna talk about is Darnell Mooney. I love Darnell Mooney. He just told you about Darnell Mooney, but I'm gonna go ahead and piggyback off of it, guys. I'm telling you, I'd rather fade a lot of those top guys and get running backs and go get Darnell Mooney and some of these other guys because Darnell Mooney target is gonna be crazy. Nobody's going out target Justin Fields and Darnell Mooney. That's all you know. Now, listen, I do believe in Cole Kmet. I do like David Montgomery. I do like Bayless Jones. I like a lot of players on Chicago, but they ain't Darnell Mooney.
No, sir.
They not Darnell Mooney. So, guys, Let me do this real quick and then show you how I feel about Darnell Mooney.
YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy T, and I'm back again with another. This is cutting edge content. So, the reason why I'm high on Darnell Mooney, guys, is because they didn't go out and get any type of prototypical wide receiver that you would think that the Chicago Bears need or Justin Fields need, right? They let Allen Robinson walk. They understood that Justin Fields is a guy that probably needs speed demons. He's not going to throw a lot of jump balls for guys that are just like, just really great people that attack the ball, right? Like big, tall receivers. He's actually more of a guy that needs speedy receivers. So that's why they went out and got Bayless Jones and Byron Pringle. I said what I said. So that, to me, I was very high on Darnell Mooney. So, guys, listen. The reason why I'm making this video right now for Darnell Mooney, I had a guy that's a very faithful subscriber on my channel ask me about this video. But, guys, I've talked about Darnell Mooney. I just haven't did a single video on him. So, and I was going to do one. But, guys, I'm very high on Darnell Mooney. Guys, if you want my essence, make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is OnlyFans. Subscribe to my OnlyFans channel. And, guys, on OnlyFans, I'm providing cutting-edge content, and I do.
So, guys, I'm high on Darnell.
Now, when was that? I remember that video. When was that? What's the date on that?
June 27th.
Okay.
June 27th. So, guys, Darnell Mooney, he's getting all the targets. I don't really got nothing else to really explain on. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. He's going to get all the targets. You go to this offense. If he's your second or third wide receiver,
Yeah.
If he's your second or third wide receiver,
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, because this guy can end up being a top 12 a wide receiver one. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on. What you got? I mean, Ricky, do you got anything to say about Darnell Mooney, Richie?
No, I said it all. That was my first player in round 5, so I pretty much said it all.
Okay, let me go to Sir Bongs a lot. What's going on, bro? Glad to see you here. All right. So, yeah, Richie, go on to your next player.
Dalton Schultz. I got him. I think that he's going to be, regardless of format, he's going to be a tight end 1. And to get him in round 5 or the beginning of round 6 is good value because the cat is already out of the bag for what he did last season. Dak Prescott, the Cowboys offense, wide receiver core is depleted with Amari Cooper going to Cleveland. That was the bona fide number 1. CeeDee Lamb, a lot of the jury's still out on him. You got about 60% of the community that believe in him, another 40 that would like to see it before they, buy that. I'm a firm believer in CeeDee. I think he's going to be a wide receiver 5, the wide receiver 5 overall this year, as long as he can stay healthy, because Dak's going to hit him with everything he got. And the same goes for Schultz. Schultz is a huge red zone target. He may end up with about a dozen touchdowns this year. Just because of the high-flying offense that the Cowboys have and the new faces that they have. Jalen Turbin, he's a rookie. He's gonna go straight into the slot, but his game still has to develop at this level, at the NFL level. So he may not really start to boom until about week 6, week 7, week 8 even, depending on his skill set and how fast he comes along. But until then, Dalton Schultz is going to be that security blanket for Dak Prescott, who was very underrated, accurate passer, especially in short to intermediate route running from his players. And Dalton Schultz got that. He's the typical, premium tight end size, standing up at 6'4", 255 pounds, and he got very reliable hands. He is underrated too as a route runner. He runs very good routes. But people going to hate and have their favorites for whatever reason, for personal reasons. But I love Dalton Schultz in the 5th or 6th round, regardless of format, because you can't hope if you wait too long, he's going to be gone.
Yep, I agree. I love his value, bro. I love where you can fade the tight end position for the first 3 rounds, and you're not worried about Kyle Pitts, Mark Andrews, and Kittle, and then you can get a guy like Dalton Schultz that can get you by. That's where his value.
Oh, he's gonna do more than get you by.
Yeah, you're
Especially
right.
at that premium. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So, guys, my next player, and I ain't got nothing to rebuttal with Dalton Schultz because I like Dalton Schultz. I think he's the guy that you can wait later to get your tight ends. But my next guy, guys, is A.J. Dillon himself. And y'all know how I feel. I mean, Richie already talked about A.J. Dillon, so I'm going to got something to show y'all again. Give y'all a little bit of this. This is old school me, guys. This is like one of my first videos. And that lets you know what I've been on. This is 2020. You see it down there right now on your screen.
Yeah.
So
that's a dynasty.
Are you ready for baby Earl Campbell? Well, you better be, because it's getting cold and he's ready to start booming. YouTube, what's good? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another video, guys. And guys, today's video is on a deep sleeper. So before I give you the deep sleeper now, which y'all probably clicked on the thumbnail, you probably already know, but I'm gonna give you some context of what I mean when I tell y'all deep sleepers, or give y'all waiver wire acquisitions. Guys, I go deep into the waiver wire. I'm not just gonna talk about surface guys because we all are in different leagues. So just for example, I talked about Kyle Allen in one of my previous videos for as a streamer quarterback. So guys, when I say he's a streamer quarterback, it doesn't mean to go play him over Lamar Jackson. Been hurt, he's on COVID. I'm giving you guys that you can play, and hopefully they can hit a floor. It's getting cold, and these backs that are bigger, and maybe even some backs that haven't hit roles are going to start having bigger roles now that it's getting colder. So I always like to be ahead of the waiver wire. So I want you to go and start paying attention to A.J. Dillon or Stack.
come on. All right, there we go. Yep. So, yes, guys, that video was in October the 23rd. It got 2,000 views, 2020. That's how long I've been on A.J. Dillon. So, that's when I was young. I wasn't flowing like I am now. Right now I'm like this. But then I was like, so yeah, but anyway, guys, A.J. Dillon, I've been on him. I'm showing you my catalog. The reason why I say I'm 75%. Look at these guys. Wasn't nobody talking about A.J. Dillon in 2020? No. So when people come on, TD, listen, I'm telling you, I've been on players. I might be on them a little bit early, but I'm gonna get y'all ahead of the curve. That's why my content is cutting edge. So guys, I love A.J. Dillon. I'm not just riding A.J. Dillon because it's easy to be on him this year. I've been on this guy 2 years ago. So how you feel about A.J. Dillon, Richie?
I love him. I love him when he was a rookie. When they drafted him in the second round, Green Bay, I said, this guy's going to be special. I said, they got plans for him. His NFL draft capital suggests that they have specific plans for this guy in this offense. And Aaron Rodgers he lives in the red zone throughout the season. So that's added scoring opportunities for AJ right there. And because they're going to try to preserve Aaron Jones because he's a smaller running back. So they don't want to wear him out. He's going to be catching passes out of the backfield more often than not, where AJ's going to get the, 3rd and 3 in them goal line looks. He's going to be a monster. He's going to get anywhere between 12 and 15 touchdowns. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened in 2022.
Nope. Only thing that I would be surprised if he had like 1,500 rushing yards or something like that. That's the only thing that would shock me. Other than that, ain't nothing gonna shock me with him, man. He's that good of a player. So
exactly.
Yep. But go ahead, Rich. You can move on to your next player. Hold on, let me get to some of the comments real quick.
Okay.
Let's see. Gabriel, what's good, bro?
What's up,
Gabriel
Gabriel?
said, "Damn, guys, I'm always too tired at work because of watching your shows late at night. Just loving it. Keep it up. Greets from Europe." Yes, sir, bro. Appreciate it.
What's up, God?
And he said, "Shorts over commit." I actually like commit a little bit better, but that's just me.
That's cutting edge right there, bro.
Yep.
That's cutting edge. That's cutting edge right there.
Yeah, I do. I like Komet over him, man. I love Komet. Komet gonna
Wow.
ball out this year.
Well, you know, Fields, his skill set is throwing downfield
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
So he's not. He's when he looks for Clement, that means Mooney's not going to be open, and whoever else they put on the other sides are not going to be open. So
Yeah.
he's not going to, like with Dalton Schultz, Prescott. That's his second target in the offense. Schultz is guaranteed to be at least targeted, and Dak is a little bit more accurate in the short to intermediate passes than Fields.
That's true. That's true. I'm just seeing upside, and I just
Oh,
really
yeah.
think Komet. And I get what you're saying with Dalton Schultz. I just don't think that Dalton's gonna have the downfield targets that Komet has. Komet
But
and Fields are on the same page. I think they're gonna be on the same page this year. So there's no context clues for me to say that, but
Right.
I just know Komet draft capital and what the offensive coaches want to do, and they got to get Justin Fields and Komet on the same page. So that's why I'm choosing Komet. And Komet is also a good athlete too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Let me see here. All right, yeah. So go ahead, Rich. You can go to your next guy.
For round 7, like all my players that I've selected that you gotta have is going to be predicated on the scoring format. My guy is Kareem Hunt, especially after the indication that Deshaun Watson is only going to get suspended for 6 games. Obviously, we know that can change within the next 3 days, depending on Roger Goodell and the NFL understands that they're going to take. But if in the event that Deshaun Watson only serves a 6-game suspension, Kareem Hunt is going to kill it. He's got a steady role in the Cleveland Browns offense, which has a top three offensive line as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Jacoby Brissett, he's no Deshaun Watson, but he's very, very serviceable and very underrated for real life and fantasy purposes. I love Jacoby Brissett.
Yep.
Kareem Hunt, his skill set is all purpose. He catches passes out of the backfield. He's fast. He's tough, and he's rugged enough to run in between the tackle and the guard as well. Kareem, the other guy, the big guy, Nick Chubb, he's more of a straight up, run between the tackles guy.
Yeah.
So Kareem Hunt is going to get more looks to him, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So for him to get him as a flex running back at round 7 is ideal for me.
Gotcha.
What say you?
I like Kareem Hunt. I like other backs a little bit more than him. So I'm just trying to get him at a discount. If I can, I'm not targeting him, but if he fall to me, I take him because he's a 0 RB type back. So I just think it's a lot of upside up there, but I'm not against taking Kareem Hunt. I'm okay with Kareem Hunt. He's a good player.
Would you take him or Hines at the Colts?
Kareem Hunt.
You would take Hunt, right? Okay.
Yep, I would. All right, guys. So my next guy is Brandon Cooks. And listen, guys, I'm not gonna go on no soliloquy. I'm just gonna tell you, I like Brandon Cooks because he's played with a bunch of different quarterbacks and he's always progressed. He always had very good fantasy seasons. I think he's quarterback proof. I don't think you worry about the quarterback with him. But to go ahead and piggyback off that, I like Davis Mills. Davis Mills is special. Davis Mills was the best rookie quarterback last year. I said what I said. Davis Mills was the best rookie quarterback last year. So with him having Brandon Cooks, I feel like he's going to hyper-target Brandon Cooks. The only thing that worries me about Brandon Cooks is his injury history with the concussions. If somebody boom him, he can go down. His career could be over. But other than that, Brandon Cooks is a Hall of Famer. I said what I said. Brandon Cooks is a Hall of Famer. Nobody has been more trustworthy, and you couldn't count on any other receiver. Maybe Mike Evans. The first 6-7 years, Mike Evans and Brandon Cooks are on Hall of Fame trajectories. So I said what I said.
I like him. But I beg to differ though on the best rookie quarterback. I think it was Mac Jones out of New England. That's just my opinion. he was more consistent. His team made it to the playoffs, whereas your boy Mills plays for the Texans. Oh my goodness, they'll never spell the playoffs. You know what I mean? And your boy Cooks is in just a bad offense all around. Like the defense isn't going to do anything for him. No favors there. So. But Cook is, he's going to get his. And what round you say would you pick him target, man?
I didn't say what round, but I know he's 5 through 10.
5 through 10. Whichever where he fall. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going, but I know he's 5 through 10.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Now, my next guy, round 8, is James Cook out of Buffalo, the rookie out of Buffalo. I think right now Singletary is definitely holding his own, especially reliable sources out of camp. Seven singles holding his own. But James Cook is hot on his tail. He's just a rookie. He don't even know the playbook good like Devin Singletary do yet. So once he stops thinking, because he knows the playbook, the sky's the limit for this guy in the way that they love to use him. Because Buffalo getting tired of using Josh Allen on that goal line like that. They don't want to see their franchise quarterback taking them shots from them, defensive linemen like that. So James Cook is going to be a beast. I think he has to put on a little bit more weight though to be on the field more, because he's got that collegiate body frame. Once his NFL body coming to the picture, I think this guy's he's going to be just like his brother from Minnesota there, Dalvin. I don't know about his injury history. That remains to be seen, but as long as he can put on a good 5 to 10 pounds, concrete pounds that stay on his bones, he good. His skill set, he catches passes out of the backfield, and he's just a more dynamic athlete than Devin Singletary at this point. And it's just going to be by week 4, 5, or 6, it's going to be his. The backfield's going to be his. The other running backs are going to be his supporting cast.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'll go ahead and talk about him since you brought him up. I say Devin Singletary and James Cook. You draft both to squeeze that backfield. You know how I'm big on squeezing that backfield. So if something happened where James Cook is not ready, then you have Devin. If Devin fall and start fumbling, you got James. So I feel like you get both of these guys and you're going to have a great backfield, because I believe this rushing offense is going to be top 5. And I'm including pass catching and all that. I just believe these running backs are going to be very good because they need them to be. To say Josh Allen can take his game to the next level. They don't want him running the ball every time like Cam Newton. They want him to be on a good deal. So that's why I love this backfield. Okay, so to move on, my next guy, y'all know this. I've been championing this guy for a long time. This is Rashad Penny. Yes, Rashad Penny. Now listen, Rashad Penny has been injured his whole career. You can't let injuries just take you off a player when you're gonna get him for a great value. If you had to take Rashad Penny as a second round or a first round pick, hell no. But since you're getting Rashad Penny and you're getting him like round 8 or 9, sometimes even after round 10, earlier this year, then you getting a killer value. You don't worry about injuries. You got to take an opportunity. You got to take that risk. It's called opportunity cost. If I don't spend this money now, it ain't gonna make no money later, because it's called opportunity cost. So the opportunity to get Rashad Penny or these 0 RB running backs is to get them early when they look raggedy and they smell, right, so to speak. So you get them then, and then everybody come in and you hear everybody talking, and you be looking around like, I've been on this guy. That's how I play fantasy. I'm a hell of a waiver wire guy, because I'll take a guy and I'll stash his ass for 7 weeks because I know he's coming in. That's how I play fantasy. Like Richie said, it don't have to look pretty to me. That's the way God made me. I don't like stuff. I don't got to look all real good and printed and pretty. That's why a lot of people are confused about my fantasy channel. Why you ain't talking about Jamar? Why? You know what these guys are. I'm gonna go to the underdog, the little engine that could, and tell you why that guy can take over. And that's a league-winning player. That's why my content is cutting edge. Jamar Chase is not a cutting edge player. He's not gonna win your fantasy leagues because everybody got him. But if you can go to a guy like Rashad Penny, it can take you to the next level. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go on a tangent. Richie, what do you feel about Rashad Penny?
I love Rashad Penny. Like the last 6 games, once he came into the season, though, you got to admit why. You got to be able to see why a lot of fantasy enthusiasts or frustrated with him because the production hasn't been there because he hasn't been on the field due to his lengthy injury history. But you have to let in fantasy football, you gotta let that go because he has healed and he showed you over the last 6 games of last season what he's all about and what he's capable of, and that's what you drafted when you play in fantasy football. You drafting that. You're not drafting the person's history.
Yep.
You're drafting what you know he can do when he's healthy.
Yes.
You know, and he's healthy now, so you know what he's gonna bring to the table, and it's at least what 15, 20, 25 points each game.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And Pete Carroll is his coach.
And Pete Carroll drafted him, handpicked him, and he's got a point to prove. He
Yes.
say, "Look, I took this guy for a reason, and now y'all about to see why."
Yep.
Okay. So
Yes,
he's
sir.
gonna push the bill on that. And Kenneth Walker, he's a rookie. All rookies take a little bit more time to, gel to the NFL level.
Yes. Kenneth Walker's going to be good, but that's disingenuous to compare him to Rashad Penny that's been in the league for 5 years.
Exactly.
Yep. So go ahead, go on with your next guy, Richie.
Ramondre Stevenson from the New England Patriots.
Nice.
Reaching for him in round 9 because he's starting to pick up steam in the fantasy community. A lot of people are starting to read about him, hear about how well he's doing and performing and how he looks in practice and how he's even catching passes out of the backfield. Now, that really wasn't a big part of his game as a rookie, like catching passes out of the backfield. But from my sources that I've been, reading up and keeping up on, he's catching passes out of the backfield. So they're looking to move on. It's going to be at least a 50-50 split between him and Damian Harris. They just don't. I don't think they like Harris in New England. They're looking to trade him next season, as early as next season. So they handpicked Ramondre Stevenson. Everybody's on board with him. I think he gels better with Belichick and his staff for whatever. I like him. I like his skill set. I like his size because he's a big guy. He's not as big as AJ Dillon, but he's bigger than Damian Harris, which suggests that they're going to use him in a different way within that offense because he's going to stay on the field and he's sturdy enough. They got the confidence in him to keep him on the field to be a 3 down, every down back. So Ramondre Stevenson has a RB3 and no zero running back draft strategy will be great.
Yes.
I would like it.
Yes, he's a great 0 RB target for me. I'm on him. Let me get to a little bit of the chat. Gabriel says Schultz over Komet. Like I said, I like Komet a little bit more. That's just me. And he says Algier, one of the biggest sleepers this season. Your thoughts? Yes, bro.
Yes, I got him for round 10. I
love Algier. I don't got him on my list, but I got him waiting on Cordell Patterson. I feel like Algier could do all the dirty work, and then they could give it to Cordell Patterson and let him get the rushing touchdown. So that's the only reason why
Cordell's moving to wide receiver.
Huh?
Cordell's moving to wide receiver.
Yeah, but don't think that he's just gonna play wide receiver. They're gonna still use him for running back, but they're not gonna give him 1st and 10 carries, right?
No.
For what? I mean, he's a receiver. But when they get around, they need to score and get dynamic. That's when they're gonna give it to Cordell Patterson. That's why I believe he's a green zone running back. But through the 20s, he's a wide receiver. So that's why they need Algier to take his young body and let him go and run into people, not Cordell Patterson. Cordell Patterson, we're gonna use you to score. So that's the only reason. But I love Algier. Algier is a sleeper. And Gabriel, I did a video on him like 2 or 3 months ago. It's way down in my catalog. But bro, yes, I'm gonna make some more videos before the season starts. Algier is a nice play. So let me move on to my next guy. My next guy is Treylon Burks. Now listen, I wasn't talking about Treylon Burks in the offseason. I like Christian Watson. And the reason why, because I need to see Treylon, I need to see him play. He's not a speed demon. So I need to see how good your feet work is, how you're going to be able to get open. Like AJ Brown is not super fast, but that guy feet work for his size is unbelievable. So sometimes you don't see, that's why Bill Belichick didn't know what AJ Brown was and missed over, because they was like, oh, he's just a big guy running. No, this guy feet. So sometimes you pick people and their feet is terrible, like Jalen Rager. Jalen Rager's feet is terrible. He's just an athlete. So
Right.
I like Treylon Burks. He's been out in camp getting off, so I had to put him on this list. Guys, that's the guy. If you wait late to get wide receiver, you can get him as a wide receiver 3, and he can end up being a wide receiver 1. There's a lot of targets. No alpha wide receiver on this team. So if Treylon Burks can get over his asthma, he's a great guy.
Absolutely. I agree with that as well. He played for Tennessee, right?
Yes, he played for Tennessee. Yep.
I'm hearing reports that Robert Woods is killing it right now in the camp. Robert Woods looks real good.
Yeah, I heard a couple things. I heard that too. I've heard that Treylon was doing really well too. So
See, I try to, when it comes to the wide receiver, I always look at the quarterback and look at the style of offense that team has historically been. Tennessee loves to run that ball with Derrick Henry. So my thoughts is on why Treylon Burks was a sleeper, because you don't think of Tannehill as a Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady, a marquee quarterback one that's going to pepper his wide receivers with a lot of targets. You see him just handing the ball off to Derrick Henry and the running backs back there. So that's why I can see why a lot of people are sleeping on Burks. Okay. So like I said, you got to pick these players up early, because once the cat is out of once preseason hit and you see what he can do, it's too late. It's going to be too late. So that's why I'm glad you brought him up.
Yep. Go ahead. You go with your next one.
My next one, like I said, with Tyler Algier, and I also got a slash for Damian Pierce. I think they can pretty much be equal this year because of their situations. There's not a marquee running back in the Texans-Houston's backfield, and there's not a marquee running back in Atlanta Falcons backfield. So they both have the same opportunity as far as winning the starting gig. I think that Damian Pierce is a little more talented, but his situation is bad because he's on a bad NFL offense. Okay, so that's going to limit his opportunities to be as productive. His floor is going to be high because he's going to get the volume, but his ceiling is capped because of the poor NFL team that he plays for. Atlanta is sneaky good. Their defense. A lot of people don't know Atlanta has a sneaky good defense, and they're going to put Mariota in a real good position to stay on the field and have good field position and put points on the board. Okay, and I think that Tyler Algier is going to be a big part of that.
Yes. So I'm gonna move on to I got 2 players, and I want you to call them a chemistry combo, and I'm referencing my homeboy Mac. He always talks about chemistry combos. But the 2 guys that I like is Trey Lance and George Kittle. And the reason why I'm high on Trey Lance and George Kittle, guys, is because, and I've said this before, I said this in my video from the other day, George Kittle asked Trey Lance to come to tight end camp with him. As a veteran, why would you do that? Because you want this guy to pepper you. And you also know he's a young, impressionable quarterback. So I know that when things get tough and he needs to get the ball out quick and he can't run around, George Kittle is going to be your guy. He's been that for Jimmy Garoppolo for years. You way more athletic than Jimmy. So with your threat, Kittle should have one-on-one every time. So I believe that George Kittle could be a top 3 tight end or top 5 tight end. It doesn't matter about the top 5. As long as you got a top 5 guy, I'm okay with having a tight end as long as he's in the top 5. So I believe George Kittle's going to be a top 5 guy. Trey Lance,
you can get him for good value this year too.
Yes, you can. And I told people about Trey. I've been telling you about Trey Lance all year, even when y'all was like TD. And so I'm watching you. If y'all go on these other guys' Twitter handles and talking about, oh, that's a good, I'm gonna get you because I told you early. I know, guys. My way I think it'd be so far out there, it'd be distasteful sometimes. That's why I love to bring on people like Richie to calm me down. That way I can say like, hey man, I'm talking about Cole Kmet. TD, I don't know about that, man. Because I get it. I'm not right all the time. But when I get a lot of Richie, this could be wrong, and then it'd be right, and then all these other guys' videos is blowing up, and I've been on it 2 years before.
Right.
I'll be like,
You
No,
call
guys,
it
I
right.
get it. I'm not saying I'm right. Take my word for it every time, but you got to be like, okay, if TD say something, let me see, because I know how he is, right? So, guys, yes, I love Trey Lance and George Kittle this year. I think Trey. I don't care how Trey throw the ball. See, a lot of people was told, let me watch his ball. How he throwing it? He can't throw. Well, go look at Lamar rookie year. Lamar won a game. He only completed 2 passes like Tim Tebow.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are young, man. You got to allow them to develop. And he's got a
Exactly.
good
Exactly.
off
So
season.
Lamar came out from completing 6 to 7 passes a game, which was the lowest in NFL history, other than Tim Tebow, to booming, winning the MVP. So what did you see? What gauge you? What did you see? Other than you assessing talent, that's all you're gonna see. That's why
Right.
I don't go off opportunities and a great quarterback, because you'll miss guys that are phenoms.
Right.
Because a phenom can outboom his quarterback. He don't have to have Aaron Rodgers. But average players around these great quarterbacks can boom, so I get it. But listen, guys, Trey Lance is going to boom. He's 10-plus rushing touchdown. That alone, with 200 yards passing the game, is going to make you a top 5 quarterback. Jalen Hurts was a top 5 quarterback, and he had games where he completed like 12 passes, 12 for 28.
And dual
So Trey
threats.
Lance, better
The
offense,
legs.
better coaching. I'm telling you, guys, make sure you get Trey Lance. You don't move up and get him at his ADP right now. And like
No,
2 weeks,
he going early. I'm telling you, he
okay,
going to get sniped.
especially
He
in 2
going right.
weeks after he played that first that first preseason game. Yes, he's gonna go up. But before the preseason, I think you'll be able to get him as what, outside the top 10 quarterbacks coming off the board.
Yeah, that was 2 months ago.
That was
He's
too
going
much.
to
Okay, okay,
yeah, he's going to like the 8th or 9th round now.
okay. But yeah, Richie, so you got your list off? Did you get your list off?
I got my list off.
Okay. So, guys, I'm just going to read through my list, and Richie, he'll read through his list. My 10 guys that you should be looking up to pick up between rounds 5 through 10 is DK Metcalf, Kadarius Toney, Darnell Mooney, AJ Dillon, Brandon Cooks, George Kittle, Trey Lance, Treylon Burks, Rashad Penny, Devin Singletary / James Cook. Those are my 10 guys that you should be aiming to pick up. If you see those guys round 5 to 10, they all great value. I didn't say round 6, 7, 8 like Richie did. I just said guys round 5 to 10. And guys, the reason why I don't do a lot of ADP, you got to understand the way I pick my players. I don't give a damn about ADP. So that's why it's hard for me to frame it and give y'all that dialect. But I know y'all do that. But that's why I'm bringing on guys that are smarter than me like Richie. But when it comes to me just talking about fantasy, my players, I'm not worried about that. Because if you do that, guys, okay, round 4, here come my guy. Took him. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
You know, like Jamar Chase, you going to wait till the 5th round to get him? Or would it be a bad pick to take him in the 3rd round? You got to go get your guy when you believe in him. That's how. Now, you don't get crazy. You know, fantasy. That's why, if you don't never play fantasy, yeah, you can take a kicker in the 1st round. I get it. Don't do that. But you have to, when your guy's around 3 rounds, you can't take him too early if he's that guy. Look at Cooper Kupp. He was a 5th round pick. If you took him in the 3rd round, you won your league. You don't wait for a guy that you high on. Now, other guys, you let them fall to your ADP. But when you got like something is telling you an inclination that this guy's going to boom, you got to go for it. Because I get sniped. You seen what happened in my mock draft? Second Take said it with Mac. We mock draft a lot. He know me. He was going a whole round ahead to get the snipe off for players. He took Rashad Penny as the 5th guy on his team.
That's what they do.
So that's why you gotta go get your guys. Then if you're in the league and nobody knows nothing, then maybe you can kind of wait and finagle and stack your team. But when you in the league like me and Richard, he know the players that I'm on. So if he wants that player, he gonna take him around ahead. And you might even go ahead of him because he know how I am. I might take him in the 1st round. It is what it is. Go ahead, bro.
My guys were Darnell Mooney or Michael Thomas as a plan B. AJ Dillon or Dalton Schultz as plan B. Kareem Hunt, James Cook, Ramondre Stevenson, Tyler Algier, or Damian Pierce, my guys from in the rounds 5 to 10.
Yep. And real quick, I want to explain something about Damian Pierce. I know you said you don't like certain offenses, but to me, I go to those offenses and find guys that I feel like can boom through their ADP and get targets, and nobody else is going to be on them. And I can stack my team with those type of guys, and somebody going to hit like that, right?
Oh, definitely.
I
Volume.
don't contemplate bad offenses all the time. It just depends. It's mostly the coach. You can tell me, you can put Andy Reid on Chicago, and I'm gonna eat all those players up because Andy Reid. But if you can take what's old boy Adam Gase and put him on Kansas City, and I ain't taking nobody.
Right.
And this Kansas City got a lot of weapons. I'm talking about old Kansas City with Tyreek. But if Adam Gase is the head coach, I ain't touching somebody. So the offensive coordinator, guys, is what I watch to let me know what players that I want. Like Pete Carroll. When I say Pete Carroll, everybody like, well, Rashad Penny, I say I don't want to see it. I don't care. I know what Pete Carroll's going to do.
Right.
He did it in college with Lindell White and Reggie Bush. He's going to run that ball, and then he needs a tall wide receiver to throw the jump balls to. He's always have had it. Right. Russell Wilson, I would trade you in order to build up my defense again, because my defense is way more important than $150 million quarterback. So that's how I feel about it. But guys, Rich, you got anything to say? You want to plug? Go ahead and plug your stuff, man, and let them know what's coming up. That you're gonna be on TikTok and Facebook and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some NFL updates as they occur. They're not gonna be long, such as this. They'll be more short and to the point, just to get the information out there so that everybody's on the same page in our community, so that you have that advantage when you go into the drafts. You know, okay, well, such and such is hurt, or the weather in this game it ain't gonna be no good much. Let me start this player over that player because the weather's gonna be bad, or off the field issues. People get in trouble off the field. What does that mean? How does it affect them? I'll be explaining all that and breaking that down to you, how it means and how it's going to affect your team from a fantasy point of view.
Yes, guys. Like this week, guys, I had emergency come up, so that's why my content hasn't been out. Hopefully, going forward, Richie can kind of take over and be able to give y'all some type of content while I'm out or something going on, or just on a regular day when ain't nothing going on. Right? I want him to grow into that role, guys. So just bear with us with the microphone. It's new, so we gonna get things right, guys. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Thank you for your patience. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This is Cutting Edge. I haven't said that all video, but yeah, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is Cutting Edge content, guys, and go to the link. Go to the description box and click all the links. That's me and Richie Discord. That's OnlyFans. My OnlyFans. Richie do have his OnlyFans too, and we will be giving y'all the way you can get in contact with him. We will be doing that moving forward. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Let me see. I got one person coming in, Ian Taylor. What's going on, Ian? Bro?
Ian Taylor.
Yep. All right, guys. Y'all be safe. Peace.